It is a staggering number. More than 40 billion prescriptions are written in this country every year, and about a third of those drugs get thrown out. Well, Mike from Sandwich is curious, where do pharmaceuticals end up that are flushed down the toilet? Won't these medicines end up in our tap water? The answer is yes, they can, and it raises a lot of questions about what it means for our health.
You might not take any prescription drugs, but they can still end up in your system.
Pharmaceuticals are showing up in rivers and streams and ponds.
Trace amounts of these compounds are leaching into some water supplies. Often because of the way we discard drugs we no longer need or that have expired. Becky Smith is with Clean Water Action.
What's the threat if those are flushed down the toilet?
It's increasing the levels that we're going to find in our wastewater stream that travels through the ground, as groundwater and can be used again as it becomes surface water or as we pump it up to be well water.
So what's the risk to people?
We don't understand what levels can be harmful to people. And we also don't understand ways that these chemicals can react with one another, and we don't understand how they can react with the chemicals we use to treat and make our water clean and safe.
So what kind of medications have ended up in our water? Tests across the country show drugs for epilepsy, heart problems, asthma, and depression.
This would have ended up in a landfill.
Simpson's Pharmacy in Pawtucket now collects unwanted drugs for free. It's called disposemymeds.org.
We've had excellent responses because go home and check your own medicine cabinet. I'll bet 1 out of every 3 medications is expired.
Proper recycling can also keep prescriptions out of the hands of teenagers. And pharmacist Cheryl Stukaitis says this program helps her keep an eye on elderly patients who might get confused by a change in their medications.
Because you can ask that patient, why are you returning this? Are you being non-compliant and you have extra? Is it truly a drug that's been stopped? So for us, it's an excellent point of contact.
This is a relatively new environmental issue, but one of concern as more and more prescriptions are written and more health questions are raised.
It's an emerging contaminant to pay a lot of attention to.
Now, last year, an environmental group found trace levels of antibiotics and hormonal drugs in 6 ponds on Cape Cod. But for the people in the Boston area who get water from the MWRA, traces of drugs have not been found.